Well, good day and I love you. I'm saying it to myself today. I do believe that this video may just be for my own records. But should I decide one day to share, let me open in the right way. All right now, so I am taking my own inventory and I am elated to say I passed with motherfucking fly colors today. I'm celebrating my motherfucking growth today. I am so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm sitting outside my gym parking lot right now. And right before I came here, I got served an eviction notice by the sheriff in the home that I came into acting as co-owner with my former boyfriend. And I met the sheriff at the door, walked outside and had a nice little chat with him, and then I came inside and I ate lunch with my son. And on the way here, I was telling him, I was apologizing for the volume in my voice because I'm loud. I said, I know I'm contents under pressure. I said, I've learned to mandate my voice, and I've learned to channel the energy so that I don't have to hit something, and I don't have to take a drink, and I don't have to duck out. But I said, I might sound really, really calm, but inside I'm screaming. I said, you know, it literally does feel like my blood is boiling. The degree of fire inside me. And I was listening to my voice. And then I said to my son, and it sounded way more calm than I felt. And then I said to my son, I wish my nails weren't so long right now because I really want to hit a bag. And I can't make a fist, a really good fist with these. Look at the size of those. I can't even make a real fist right now. Well, anyway, I used to hit shit when I used to be mad. I used to hit people. And then when I quit hitting people, I used to hit walls. Well into my sobriety, I hit walls and things. So I remember the first time, one time when my son was little, one time when my son was small, I was in court with his dad. And I was in court with his dad. And I don't remember what had happened in that moment. But I remember that my resources, my energy were spread so thin that I didn't feel like I had a reserve at that point. But it taught me to be so efficient at treading water in the deep end indefinitely, not knowing if you were going to get a break, and yet still being able to ground, to tether, and to pay the fuck attention to the task at hand. And then to choose to act in a way that things were more hospitable than they really were, so I could model behavior for my son of balance and well-being and abundance. And that day, I had hit my mark, and I didn't have any more. And I remember he was probably like, maybe he was 6, maybe he was 7, around there. I'd say around 7. Anyway, I remember standing there, and I had opened my chest, and I put my hands to my side, and my hands were in fists, and I was like, ugh. And I could see him out of the corner of my eye. And I was just about to lose it. I was trying not to hit a wall is what I was doing. And like I said, I don't remember exactly what was happening that day. I just remember the feeling of that time. And so I was just like growling, I guess. And I looked over to him, and he looked so scared. And I said to him, I was like, "You've never seen mommy like this." And he was like, "No." And I go, "Are you scared?" And he goes, "Yes." And I go, "I understand." And I go, And you know, I'm not gonna put it away. I go, let you see a grown-up handle her business. I think I need to hit a bag. And he goes, I'll help you set it up. And he went downstairs and set up the bag. And I went downstairs and hit the bag until I could calm the fuck down. And that was like a long time ago. If he was 7, anyway, it was a time ago. And so today, in circumstances that are equally as tumultuous and as trying and as contrast-filled, as evolutionary, as growth possible filled, I chose to have lunch with him, and then on the way here, I apologized for the volume of my voice. Because I was like, it's the best I can do. I was like, it's the best I can do. I'm going to say the F word, and I'm going to be loud right now. I was like, that's the best I can do. But I'm not going to hit a wall, and I'm not going to hit a person, and I'm not going to take a drink, and I'm not going to get locked up. Which are all things I used to do, y'all. And he was like, you're cool, you know? And he's fine with it. And now we're at the gym, and he's working out, and I'm going to go do the same. And then that was the thing. And then I said to him, I said, I wish my nails weren't so long because I want to hit a bag. And then he goes, yeah, but, and then I said, but I can't make a real fist. And he goes, that's a good way to break your fist. And I was like, yeah, and I'm not trying to do that. And then he said, I said, well, what? I said, I could wear gloves though. That would take up more space. And then maybe I could still make a fist with the gloves. And he goes, no, because the length of your hands with the fingernails is the length of my hands. And my hands take up those whole gloves. And I said, oh, well, I could at least make a fist. And he goes, but you don't want to break your nails. And I go, no, I don't want to break my nails. I was like, you're right. I don't want to break my nails. And I don't want to hurt my hands. And I don't want to hurt anything. I don't want to hurt anything. I don't want to hurt anyone. I don't want to duck out. I don't want to take a drink. I don't want to deny what's happening. I don't want to feel any less vividly than I'm feeling. It's so fucking cool. It's so fucking cool. And I was telling my son this, and I said, because the thing is, it's like, I said, and then I said, you know, here's the deal, dude. I was like, honestly, if you're ever going to have like a big business, or, you know, if you're in charge of a lot of people, or, I mean, if you do anything epic, you're going to have contrast-filled circumstances, diverse opinions, way too many things to handle, all at one time. And you're still going to have to choose to pay the fuck attention to what's in front of your face, execute the mission, after grounding, finding calm space, and choosing your focus. And he was like, and he's like, yep, you know, because he's a Pisces. He was born knowing. He's ahead of me, and I'm just trying to catch up. But I'm real grateful today to be where I'm at. In every way, experiencing all of these contrast-filled circumstances. How crazy is that? And you know what? It is crazy. You have to be just enough crazy to show up in your authentic capacity. That's the truth. Because you have to pretend that the stuff in front of your face that's scary as fuck, that looks like it's not gonna fucking work out, and everybody's lame, and it's all fucked up, isn't the truth. In the last few years, I've become grateful for my former addictions. I've become grateful that I used to trip acid and drop shrooms, because I remember being on acid and telling myself, yeah, but what you're seeing, what you're experiencing is your reality right now, is no one else's reality, so just go with it and keep your mouth shut. Blend in. And it's kind of like that right now, you know. Earth is crazy. It's awesome. It's evolution filled, forcing new circumstances, situations, and contrast on a higher evolutionary plane. Ah! I love it. I came for it. I'm here for it. I'm here for it, as the ladies in my village say. And so, I'm just really grateful today. Grateful to be clean and sober. Grateful to choosing. I'm grateful for all the circumstances in my past that have created who I am. And that all of the ones that hurt so bad, that made me focus so much and let go and release and surrender so much. I'm so grateful for them, because it's just like being at this gym. It's time under tension is what it is. You start with 5 pounds and it's really, really hard till it's not hard. And then you go to 10 pounds and you do it when it's really, really hard till it's not hard. And you keep doing that. And that's the same with these circumstances. You show up, you put your best foot forward. I do the next right thing. Let me speak for myself, not what you do. You do whatever the fuck you want to do. I'm going to speak for me today. I tell the truth, no matter how challenging it is, no matter how much it scares me. I show up and I be the best human I can be. No matter what that looks like to others, no matter what it really looks like to me, no matter how much it makes me scared. I just really want to... I had a mentor for 11 years. His name was Bill. And he used to say to me, Heather, you bought the ticket. Take the ride. I came to take the ride today. I came to take the ride regardless of the circumstances, and to choose to be my best self, and to respond in kindness, respond in integrity, respond but like to really show up. You know what I mean? I'm not ducking out. I'm not scared. I'm not dodging things. I don't have to pretend they're not the way they are. Ha! It's crazy. And I'm not going to break my nails. Who is this girl? I love her. I love her. I love her so much for trying. I look at myself in this camera as I say that. You should do this with yourself. If I ever choose to put this online, you should do this. Turn the camera on, turn the thing on, and tell yourself you love you. I love you, Heather. I'm grateful you choose to show up. I'm grateful you choose to try. I'm grateful you find your fun. I'm grateful you let others love on you and help you. I'm grateful you have a program of recovery. I have a program of recovery. I'm looking at myself. This is getting weird. Anyway. One day at a time, things can change if we work for them. Pew, my nails. All right. Thanks for letting me share. I'm grateful to be here. I love you. I've fluffed my hair in the interim. I forgot to come full circle on that story about why I was having to take those big breaths when I paused at that point in the story. It's because right after I got served that paper by the sheriff today, I texted my son's dad and told him what had happened and had a little combo with him about it, because he's my friend today. Funny how it works, isn't it? One day at a time, these things materialize if we shall so work for them.